Okay guys, I just finished flushing the power steering system for the third and final time. After I stopped recording on my DIY how to flush your power steering, I had decided that the power steering fluid that was coming out just wasn't quite as clean and clear as I wanted it to be. Well, you know, I hope I made it clear in that video. Keep flushing it until it's clean. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I kind of was getting long on time, was trying not to go over my 15-minute limit that I can upload from my cell phone to the YouTube. I can do longer videos than 15 minutes, I found out, but it's just my cell phone won't let me do them. Or actually won't let me upload more than 15-minute long videos. So if I go over 15 minutes, I have to basically download it from my phone to my laptop, process it, then upload it, which takes a lot longer. So I've been trying my best to keep my videos under 15 minutes, so it's not like a huge headache for everybody to, you know, I see a lot of people posting 30-minute and maybe hour-long videos, and unless it's a really strong topic that people really are interested in, I think that's too long. You know what I mean? Like, I think most people don't really enjoy super long videos like that, and they end up just kind of fast forwarding through them anyway. So I'd rather just stay with a short, kind of to the point video where I can get my information across as fast as I can. I switched over because this video is going to be specifically alarming and warning everybody not to use this SuperTech power steering fluid that you can buy at Walmart. In my DIY video, I was using Prestone power steering fluid to try to flush all that junk out of there, plus get the moisture out. Well then, when you're running around the car and you leave your gallon of Prestone fluid sitting on the ground, okay, you guys try not to laugh too hard. Get backed up here. Does anybody see all the kitty litter? That's half of a $20 bottle of Prestone power steering fluid that I end up kicking over and not realizing it, and made a huge mess in the driveway. So anyway, back to the video at hand. I went to Advance Auto Parts and actually got a way better deal on the Valvoline power steering fluid. Plus, I liked the fact that it was more clear. Like, in comparison to the Prestone power steering fluid had kind of a yellow tint to it, whereas the Valvoline power steering fluid is just dead on. It's clear. I mean, it has the consistency of a power steering fluid, of course, but it's clear. I mean, there's no dye or tints or anything in it, so I could really tell if I was getting all that contaminated fluid out. It seemed like a lot easier. But here is my warning to the world concerning the SuperTech power steering fluid that you can purchase at Walmart. I was having a ton of problems with power steering contamination in my Blazer. Yes, in the DIY video I mentioned that I had allowed moisture to get into my actual gearbox, my steering gearbox, and I was having a heck of a time flushing it thoroughly enough to get all that stupid moisture out. Well, my brother-in-law, over Easter holiday, I was telling him, yeah, I hadn't really been driving the Blazer because the stupid power steering is contaminated with some kind of moisture, which turned my fluid, originally turned it kind of milk to a milk color. I flushed it with over a gallon of fresh power steering fluid. Thought I had it flushed out. No, didn't have it flushed. It turned back, I would call it like a weak milk, maybe like a skim milk color consistency. But what really made me afraid of burning up my power steering pump was if you drove it over, oh, I don't know, 10-15 miles, it'd start humming and howling and acting stupid, and I'm like, okay, that moisture's still in there, or there's some other problem. So I checked the fluid. Sure enough, it's, you know, fuzzy, frothy kind of milky looking. I never really saw a ton of bubbles. It was just that milky contaminated look, so I just parked it and thought, well, I'm not going to mess with it until I can get it all flushed out and go from there. Well, long story short, back to my point, my brother-in-law was like, man, I had that same problem on 2 of my vehicles. One was like a 98 Suburban, and the other one was like a similar year, like a 4x4 truck. And he said, you know, and a matter of fact, he goes, the way I ended up fixing those 2 vehicles actually allowed me to get rid of a power steering whine I had on my 94 Caprice LS. And I'm like, well, what could be so universal that all those vehicles could be, you know, having this problem? He said, the stupid power steering fluid. So immediately my Scooby ears bop up, and I'm like, huh? What are you talking about? The power steering fluid? Isn't power steering fluid pretty much all the same? He said, yeah. He goes, I used to think that too. He said, only what you got to do is read the back of the SuperTech bottle. So I'm going to try to get this to focus. Now, I don't know that you guys are going to be able to see it, but on the 5th bullet point from the top, it says, recommended for reservoir top off, not complete refills. Okay, so I'm looking at this bottle and I'm going, are you serious? So basically, anytime you change your gearbox, your power steering pump, anything that requires a complete system refill, you can't use this stuff. I was totally shocked. Like, I totally couldn't comprehend, why would anyone sell a power steering fluid that's not good enough quality that you could use it to fill your entire system? You know what I mean? That's like putting a label on it, goes, hey, this is almost power steering fluid, and if you're in a pinch and you really need to throw some in there, you can use this junk. But hey, if it's a serious repair and you're putting on a new pump, don't use this. So I literally, like, because we went out in his shop, he had a bottle he kept just so he could show people what the sticker says on the back. And I have to tell you, I was totally just dumbfounded. Why would anybody, I am going to try my best to get this to come in where you guys can read it. But it literally says, recommended for reservoir top off, but not complete refill. Says it right there. In the bottom of their list of reasons why you should use it, it tells you not complete refill. And my brother-in-law, thank God he had been through this before, he realized he had a problem, flushed out a couple of his vehicles, and lo and behold, fixed his whiny power steering problems. So hey, word to the wise, if you guys are having issues, or let's say if you're using this SuperTech power steering fluid and you're having kind of a loud whiny, or just, you know, maybe it's not super whiny, but if you're having any kind of issues with your power steering, get that crap out of there as soon as possible, because it is clearly not up to standards for automotive use, and they've basically been selling people a junk that's, you know, almost power steering fluid, but not quite. But like I said, my brother-in-law had found out this stuff was junk, which I will never purchase again. I am going to stick with this Valvoline power steering fluid because it's absolutely clear, looks good, it does not have the stop leak in it, because I didn't want to add that particular additive to this system, because I don't have any leaks, and it's not it's an old system, it's a rebuilt unit, and everything's in good working order. But I went to a name brand power steering fluid, and here is the secret weapon. See if you guys can see this. my brother-in-law was like, man, he says, on my Caprice and the Suburban, I put in this Royal Purple Maxis, and it was like, I don't know, it was like $7, I want to say it was like $5.89 plus tax. I don't even know, because apparently you can run that stuff straight if you want, but I've seen online where people say just add a bottle to your complete system and it does wonders. I can tell you right now, my brother-in-law put this and ended up putting it in his vehicles, and it made a huge difference in the smoothness, the actual operation of the power steering system, quieted all noise or humming from the power steering pump. I am happy to report, after flushing mine for the 3rd time and making a huge mess that I had to put kitty litter on, I topped that. I threw my bottle, I put a whole bottle of the Royal Purple Maxis in there, topped it off with my Valvoline power steering, and it's literally never been that quiet during operation, and it's never turned that easy. Like literally, I can't believe how much difference the Royal Purple Maxis made to the just functionality of the stupid pump. So I just wanted to do a little bit of a follow-up video on my process of cleaning out that system and give everybody an absolute warning. Do not buy this junk. If you're not stranded on the side of the highway and have no choice, run away from that crap, because it absolutely is not created equal to the name brand power steering fluids available on the market. So, learning experience for me, because you know I'm a cheap guy, so I'm always looking for a deal. And you know, I've used Walmart products for years and basically never read the back of the stupid bottle, so I find myself guilty on all counts of using this, you know, inferior product without the knowledge that it just isn't made like all the other power steering fluids. So shame on me. Walmart got one over on me. I got took. I get it. But hopefully this video will help you guys. And like I said, feel free to read that bottle and pass on the information to your friends and fellow racers and mechanics. That SuperTech power steering fluid is junk. So anyway, I appreciate you guys watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and it helps you fix some issues you may have or prevent you from having the headaches that I went through. So thanks again for watching. See you next time.